Hey guys, welcome back to the Think About It podcast. I'm Nisi. I am so excited to have a safe space to speak our truth or to find it. So come on in for however long I have you here or however long I have your ear. Now let's think about it. To another episode of the Think About It podcast with your girl Nisi. She's here. What's good? What's popping? Or whatever. Y'all, let's be honest. I'm not in the mood. I'm in the mood, but I'm not. I was in the mood until I wasn't in the mood no more. Y'all, I lost my watch. I'm not happy about this. I literally, when you go against your first thought, right? Like, my mom was like, girl, do not take it. And for the longest time, I honestly thought that I lost my watch, like, a while ago. So, I wasn't really that phased. But then I found it. It was, like, behind my couch. I don't know how it got there. Don't know. Really don't. And I was like, okay, girl, stop wearing this just any old wear, like, just when you go out. So, I wore it to the gym yesterday. And my mind, before I put it on, was like, put this back, and I didn't. And y'all, I went through all because if you don't know, make sure you guys follow me on IG. I always post on my stories in the gym for the most part. And I had my watch on, y'all. I had my watch on, and then I'm almost positive I knew when I took it off, and somebody clearly picked it up. So I just was like, when you lose something. It can, and I'm one of those persons, I do not like that about myself. Like, one thing can mess up my entire day, and I hate that about myself. But we gonna stay above it. But I'm not gonna lie, y'all. I was literally like, okay, I need this exact watch, the exact one. I don't want just the brand, I want the exact one. So y'all, that's what I was doing. So I'm low key late this morning, y'all. But I'm here. Okay, sister is here. And let me tell y'all, while I'm talking to y'all, I can feel, y'all know, if y'all don't know, this is the 2nd of the month, the 2nd of November. Yesterday, of course, was the 1st. So happy November, not November 1st, but the first week of November. Happy November. So basically, y'all, I'm feeling my stomach starting to it's about that. It seems like it's about to be that time. You know what I'm saying? It seems like, oh, girl trying to pop up and do her womanly due diligence, and I don't like that. But let's add that to the on top of the damn table as well too, shall we? So y'all just bear with me. I'm literally, y'all. When I woke up this morning, before I even noticed that my watch was missing, all that stuff, I was trying my hardest to push myself, and I came to realize as I was getting ready. How the enemy and the devil and your laziness, everything, whatever it may be, stems up early in the morning, late at night, or when you are behind or when you want to do something, which is seems like all the time, right? So you have to be very careful of. I'm learning that you have to be very careful in those moments to push through. Intentionally every way, and to realize that you're in this place where you feel like you're in this place where you can feel what the enemy or what Satan, whatever you want to call it, your personal bad behaviors, whatever, is starting to pop up. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I felt honestly this morning. That's what I'm feeling this morning. Y'all know this is a very transparent podcast. If y'all ain't looking for that, y'all go find somewhere else to play, okay? Because we don't play over here. But with that being said, you guys, welcome. I am here. She is here, ready to go. What's up, Pam? What's good in the hood? Or whatever. Y'all, real quick. I'm so sorry. I am so sorry that last week pod was only audio. With that being said, y'all, I think I'm going to be doing some changes. I'm going to post the visuals first and then the audio a day or two later, okay? I think I'm gonna, girl, I'm not about to get ready, get cute, get dressed up, and then leave all of this, honey, in storage. It ain't happening, baby. Okay? You can't put me in storage, bitch. What do I look like? Stop playing with my top, okay? So we're going to definitely post our visuals first, and then we'll go ahead and post the audio. So with that being said, guys, if you are from the pod, like the actual, you know, Spotify, Apple Pod, iHeart, whatever you pod from, make sure you go ahead and follow us on YouTube. You already know it is the TTAI. What? It's a not what? It's a W/Niecy. So TTAI W/Niecy. And then if you guys are on visuals, make sure you go ahead and follow us on the pod, okay? Spotify, Apple, wherever you pod at. We got Google Pod, we got iHeart Pod, we got them all, baby. So wherever you get your podcast, wherever you be listening to, make sure you follow us on the Think About It podcast with Niecy. All right. So y'all, next, so y'all, Tampa got real crazy, y'all, over the weekend, honey. We had I guess they call it a mass shooting. There were 2 people that tragically lost their life over there in Ybor City. It was like early Sunday morning, and me and a few of my coworkers, we had plans to go to a comedy show. Chico Bean actually had a event that entire weekend, so we were going to go there, but you know, it was canceled because of the mass shooting. So I'm going to go ahead and just give my condolences to every family, every friend, everybody that, you know, that was tragically affected over the weekend. My deepest condolences, and may God be with you guys in this hard time, okay? With that being said, y'all, we gotta do better. We gotta do better. It's getting ghetto, more ghettoer and ghettoer and ghettoer and ghettoer. It was a 14-year-old actually that one of the victims was a 14-year-old that passed away. Y'all, we gotta do better. For real. We really gotta do better. This ain't it. This is not it. To be honest with y'all, if this is how y'all act on Earth, how do I call the aliens? Because I feel like I like it there. I feel like I like it there. If this is what's going on here, child, I'm prepared for anything. So if anybody got their number, can they like call me? You know what I'm saying? Email me, WhatsApp. It don't matter. Facebook chat, DM, however you want to. Like TikTok message me, whatever. Call me because I don't like it here. Next, it's ghetto here. It's ghetto here. Next, y'all. Like I said, y'all, I've been in the gym. I've been in the bando. I've been working my behind off, okay? So make sure you guys go ahead, please, and follow your girl on IG, okay? It is Niecy Darling, Niecy, darling, okay? It's just one darling. I was calling y'all. The second one was for y'all, okay? I actually do a lot of morning motivations or morning affirmations, whatever it may be. I do a lot of talking in the morning times, okay? So instead of y'all just waiting to see me every week, y'all can go ahead and follow me on IG because I stay in the stories, okay? I stay in my stories. All right, so let's go ahead, y'all, and just honestly just jump into the topic, okay? Oh, before we jump into the topic, like I said, guys, please go and check out last week's episode on Spotify, Apple, wherever you pod from. Please go and check it out. I feel like it was so fundamental to today's parenting and the world that we live in today. So last week pod was about today's parenting. I feel like I say that word so wrong, parenting. I feel like when I say parenting, it sounds like I'm saying Parrington, like Pairrington, like Parrington, like that, like that's an actual last name. Is that a last name? It just sounds weird, but I'm saying Parrington, Parenting. Okay, y'all know what I mean. Okay, so please make sure you guys go and check it out. I was missing something. That's what I was gonna say as well. Okay, so I know if you're on visuals, you see me talking into the mic and you don't necessarily hear that that one-on-one, like that where we, you know, where it's a closer, it's just me and you know what I'm saying, like where you don't hear that the static and the extra stuff in the background. This here, y'all, is just specifically for like for Spotify, for anything that's going in the audio aspect of it, right? I do have a mic, y'all, for the visuals, but it's a problem with my phone itself, and I'm not able to connect it. So that's the reason why, y'all, if you hear me, I'm typically yelling, or I'm talking louder, or if it is to sound like I'm talking softer, it's just that I can hear myself in the audio part of it. So I'm working with this part, but I'm also trying to talk loud enough where you guys can hear me as well. I don't know if that makes sense. So that's what's going on, y'all. I do have my microphone for you guys. It's just the phone, y'all. It's the phone. So but we gonna get to it. Hello, somebody. Okay, another thing. Before we get into it, right quick, y'all, I got to give a shout out. Hold up, wait a minute. I gotta find it first, y'all. It was so sweet. Literally, I seen it after I came home. I remember I told you guys that I was supposed to go to a comedy show, and we didn't find out like it was going to be canceled until like 20 minutes before the actual show. So we were already ready on our way there, blah blah blah, so on and so forth. So we went on and got some drinks, and after, I came back to the house, and just looking through my phone, and I went through my YouTube creators account, and I seen some it's your girl Angie. So her name is Angie. So shout out to you, Angie. Shout out to you. Thank you so much for your response, for your comment. Thank you. Seriously. And I tell people I'm not at a place in my life, and I'm learning, because the more you're in you're in the content grower and you see what other people doing, a lot of times we get wrapped up on what's not going on for us. But I tell people, and I said it before, I'm at a place in my life where I just want to be in my purpose. And if it's just one person that gets the message, I'm okay with that. So shout out to you, Angie. Thank you for the comment. And I hope and pray that I continuously bring, or God allows me to bring things, to bring information, to bring my experiences to you, to help in any aspect of your life. So thank you so much already. All right, so guys, like I said, y'all leave some comments, okay? Y'all leave some comments. Holla at me. It don't have to necessarily be on YouTube. I know a lot of times, sometimes people don't feel like, they don't want their personal conversation to be displayed publicly. So hit me up in the DMs. It don't matter. I just want to know, and like I said, that one person for me is all it takes. I want to be in purpose, all right? And I'm also a person as well. I'm not the smartest person in the room. I do not want to be the smartest person in the room. I want your opinion, even when it does not align with mine, because I do want to see different outlooks of it as well, all right? So y'all, finally, let's go ahead and get into the subject, the conversation of today. So like I said, because of last week's episode where I spoke about today's parenting, felt like it just makes sense to kind of put this along with it instead of me waiting like a few weeks later to come back at it. So today's topic or conversation is about single parenting. Okay? Single parenting. And I feel like it was so important, y'all, to have this conversation just because of, experiences that I had with people I've heard, and then also watching, I don't know if you guys seen it yet, or if this is like it's something that you guys watch or want to watch, watching Love and Basketball, both of them. But I'm actually feeling Orlando's season, to be honest with you, right? Sorry, y'all. Orlando's season, to be honest with y'all, because I do follow Neek from YouTube. So, and I always don't, honey, because I grew up on the Love and Basketball LA with Evelyn, with Jennifer, you know what I'm saying, with Jackie, Shawnee, all those people. Yes, I definitely grew up with them, but I just feel like, the older they get into life, which is great. It's not as catty, which is beautiful. So I do love LA. It's just that, I feel like I you like the drama here and there, you know what I'm saying? And it's new, so I do love it. And like I said, because I personally followed Neek for a very, very long time. I've been following her what her and her child's father with King, when they had the King and Neek, or the Neek and King YouTube. They had the Neek and King channel as well. And then, of course, they branched it off into their own separate channels. But they also had those channels, but they, you know, when they broke up, they kind of used their channels a little bit more, a lot more, of course, than the couple's channel. So I've been following her for a while. And then, you know, just watching the whole dynamic of her and Mackenzie, and then Mackenzie and I think her name is Morgan. I think that's her name. Honestly, y'all, I haven't really been that much in depth, I guess you could say, with them, and we'll get into that conversation a bit later. So yeah, I was watching like I said, on the Basketball Wives Orlando, and it just made me want to really have this conversation, because I feel like, first off, today's meaning of single parents is not single parents, okay? That's not the meaning of single parents. I think a lot of times, okay, let's talk about this. What is single parents, right? So, of course I checked on Google. So, you know, it says that a single parent is a person bringing up a child or children without a partner. So, keyword, without a partner, okay? No dating, okay? And I think a lot of times, today's single parents is so different from what real single parents do. You know, where sometimes, I'm not gonna lie to y'all, it pisses me the fuck off when people, oh yeah, I'm a single mama. Well, okay, well, I'm a single mama, but her daddy coming to pick her up on Friday. What? You just said you're a single mama. Okay, so I think there's a difference from single parenting and the relationship. I think it's a different from, you know, I not think, but there is a difference from being a single parent and the relationship that you and this person had being over. But I think a lot of times now, today, society, people look at, and typically women look at, where they feel like, okay, well, if we not together no more, now you put me in a situation where I gotta be a single mama, right? And I think a lot of times that stems from, you know, first off, you wanting to still be in control and being very egotistical, right? But because you're not willing to let this relationship go, you know, it's easier for you, and it's easier, and it makes you look more like a victim to say that you are a single parent, because y'all are not together anymore, right? Because he moved on, right? Because he moved on and he does not want to be with you. You take that as he do not want to be in your child's life, right? And if I'm being honest, I think today's society has real single parents, right? Willingly. And when I say willingly, not because it's like, okay, you know what, I'm just gonna take care of my kid by myself. I'm not holding on any resentment. It's okay, it's fine. I think a lot of times, because it's not working out again in your way or in your favor, you're like, okay, well, I don't want to deal with it. I don't want him around my child. I don't want him with this bitch around my child. I don't want his family around my child. And it's only because y'all are not together. Because if y'all was together and y'all was having the same problems and the same arguments and the same bullshit, you would have been okay with his mama being around, okay? You would have been okay with the sisters being around, right? But because now, you know, you don't have this attachment to him, it's easier for you to say, you know what? Child, nah, because the way he be acting, I don't have time for this. The mama be doing this. He over here with this bitch and I don't even know about it, blah, 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 so on and so forth. That's not the meaning of a single mother, okay? That's not the meaning of a single parent. That's like I said, you just wanting to be in control, and you cannot get over the fact that this person do not want to be with you anymore. And I think a lot of times we don't understand that when we have this mentality, right? When we have this outlook, first off, you are putting yourself through a set of pain and emotions that you do not even have to, right? But again, because you do not want to move on and you want to be in control, you're going through these feelings that you don't even have to go through. And then second off, which is most important, the only person that actually suffers from this is your child. And you know, a lot of times I feel like, especially in today's age, we have a lot of children, parents that say, "Well, I ain't gonna raise my child how my mama raised me. Or I ain't gonna do to my child what my daddy then did to me," or you know what I'm saying, whatever. And then you wind up being that exact same person when, you know, emotions becomes involved. I think a lot of times we don't realize when it comes down to being anything, right? But especially when it comes down to raising children, it takes intentionalism. That's it. It takes you being intentional to do things different, to be somebody different, to, you know, to maneuver through this through the space, you know, of being single, or, you know what I mean, being in a co-parenting relationship. But a lot of times, again, you have this thing where women and sometimes men feel like, okay, because listen, I'm telling y'all from experience, you have men now be like, well, if I can't be with you, then I don't want nothing to do with the baby. Okay? And I think in those instances, as a mother or a father, when a person is telling you in so many words or in so many ways, look, you know, when you come around the child, you might say, oh, hey, little Ling Ling. And then after that, what you doing? Where you been at? I'm saying, whose shoes these is in the house? Ain't you here to take care of your child? Ain't you here to see how he was doing or how she was doing? Why are you worried about what's going on in my house? You get what I'm saying? When you see those things, when you sit there and you say, okay, well, let's have this conversation. You know what I mean? Like, this is not what it's going to be. I want you to be there for, you know, our kid, blah, blah, blah. And his response is, you know, well, look, I understand it, but I want us to be a family. And he's not getting it. Maybe, and in those instances, I can understand where the dad is doing more bad than good, right? Because when you're coming around, this child already has to deal with, you know, you not being in the household. But when you're coming around, you're not even paying that attention to me, right? Or, you know, putting all that into me. Only thing you worrying about is my mama. So, you know, a lot of times kids, you know, start to think, well, is it me? He just don't want to fuck with me. You know what I'm saying? So I think in those instances, as parents, we have to take that time and that step back to be like, okay, this is not beneficial to my child. Okay? This is not beneficial for my child. Once you've laid the boundaries out, you know, for the other parent to say, okay, this is what I expect. This is what I want. You know what I mean? And the reason why I want it is because this is what is, you know, causing Bam Bam, causing Tisha, causing Dwayne to act in this way. So because you're doing this, because this is the effect of it, you're gonna have to either change this or you cannot come around. You can't come around, because when you come around, the only thing that you're worried about is me. Does that make sense? And again, like I said, in those instances, I can understand where you take your step back and, you know, and I think a lot of times too, when a person do not want to be in a child's life, of course, the parent don't want to be there, and you make those rules out and they literally just say, you know what? They don't respond to it, or they don't, you know, make the necessary changes. It's obvious that they don't want to be there, right? So in those places, in spaces, yes, you become a single parent. You become a single parent by default because this person does not want to do what they want to do. Okay? You become a single parent when, you know, from fresh out the gate, you know what I mean? It was tension, or, you know, it was from you were pregnant, you know what I mean? You felt this, you guys separated, right? You guys are pregnant, you separated, and, you know, he showed up. The problem was he didn't show up, okay? He didn't show up when you were pregnant. So he kind of made this, he set this room for you to feel like it is just you, right? And then when the child comes, it's the same thing. It's just, the room is set and he's not making those changes. And if he made the changes once in a while, you're a single parent, okay? You're a single parent. Again, I think, you know, a lot of times too, you have women that use that terminology of being a single parent again, I can't stop saying it, when the situation does not look the way they want it to look, or there is a change in the the dynamic of how y'all do things in the house. So for instance, if you have a person, a couple where the husband is, or the wife, is, let's just say the husband is a vet, what I'm saying, or he's a soldier, he's in the army, right? And he has to go, what do you call it? He has to go abroad, all right, or wherever he has to go, and he's not there for 6-7 months, a year. I think in those instances, because of how much goes on to you now, because now he's not here, right? But hopefully, and I feel like for most of the times, you got his mom, or you got his sister, or you got something where he is contributing, where something is coming back into the household, right? Because of his absence. Okay, because of his absence, there is something else in replace of it, right? So I can see where the dynamic has changed, where you can feel like a lot has been placed on you, but it's still not a single mother, because a single mother do not have that option of something being in replace of nothing. Everything falls on mommy. Hello? Everything falls on mommy, okay? So in those instances, when you don't have the option on getting up or calling the next person, or making sure, well, I ain't gonna cook today, this person gonna cook, or the PTA is coming up, I don't want to go this time, can you go this time? Or she's sick, he's sick, who gonna do it? You know what I'm saying? Or shit, I want to go use the bathroom, can you just hold him right quick, until the doctor comes so I can use the bathroom? You don't have that. Everything is on you as a single parent. Okay, there is not a time where you can say, okay, well, he's gone for 6 months, but he's gonna be back in about 8 months, you know what I'm saying, to get some of this weight off of me, take some of this weight off of me, so I can probably go and get a little vacation or something. No, you don't get that as a single parent. That's a single parent, right? And I think a lot of times too, as women, we use this word like it's something that we should be proud about. Single parents, for the most part, we do it because we have to. I don't know if we're proud about it. You know what I mean? Are we proud that we still, we woke up another day and we still trying to figure it out? Of course we are. Absolutely. But if you give us the option, if there was an option, especially the parents that, again, don't have the attachment to the father, or, any ill will, you know what I mean? Nigga, come get your baby. Stop playing with me. But what is wrong with you? You got a wife? Beautiful. Let's all meet. Hello? And I think that's why it was so important to, when I watched the Love and Basketball Orlando, and I watched Neek dynamics with Mackenzie, right? And if y'all don't watch it, y'all might want to go ahead and watch it. If you don't know Neek, just pull a name up on YouTube and just look at some of her, older videos with her and, her child's father, and then her and her boyfriend now, they have a podcast together, and she invited her child's father, her child's father's girlfriend, her now boyfriend, and her now boyfriend's baby mother, and they all sat there and had a conversation. First off, that's how you know that there's no attachment, emotional attachment, you know what I mean? Because you're comfortable enough not just to have this conversation, but to also have it in front of millions of people, okay? And I think that's so healthy. And I also think, because, I feel like Unique is still young. I think she's like 24, 25. To compare to somebody, for me, in my 30s, to have that understanding, it is so beautiful to see, right? Because it means that it can be done. It means that it's not a generational thing. It means that it's a choice thing, okay? And like I said, I think it's so important, because for me, if you're asking me, as a mother, as a single mother, that doesn't have any attachment, any ill will, any, emotional whatever towards my child father, do you know how much I would probably pay, okay, to have my child's father and whoever he is dating, okay? And when I say whoever, because you can't have any and everybody around your child. And that's understandable when, when I hear women say, well, I don't want her around my child, because she might not be a good bitch to have around your child, right? But is it coming from, a selfish place? Is it coming from a place where you still hold it on because you still love that dick? Huh? Is it coming from that place? And if it's not coming from that place, that's understandable. You know what I mean? Because sometimes every female ain't, you know what I'm saying? You come around my child, popping gums, cussing, doing all that weird shit. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got no life. You don't got no job. You don't have no ambition. Your child walk around the house all day, shitty diapers, shitty drawers. You know what I'm saying? You don't cook. You don't clean. You feel me? You smoking, rolling up blunts back to back. You know what I'm saying? All that stuff. Like, it's given, okay, I don't want you around my child, because what are you going to show her? You know what I'm saying? What are you going to teach her? And especially when you're coming from a household where a mother, especially as a single mother, you're so intentional on what you raise and how you raise your child. I just want to, as a mother, I want to make sure that it's yoked. I want to make sure that, you can provide and you can add and you're not taking away from my child. That's all I want to know. That's all I want to know. You ain't even got to do it how I do it in my house. We two different people. You know what I'm saying? She might find a whole different way to figure something out. That works for me. You know what I'm saying? But once you're adding and you're not taking away, that's the most important thing to me. Once you're not, the most important thing is you're not mistreating my child. Well, that's obvious, because bitch, I'll smash your fucking head in. Let's just be honest with it, okay? But besides that, because I feel like that's just the motherfucking obvious, bitch, be for real, okay? But if you're not mistreating my child, if you are, let's say this person have another kid as well, and it's not like your kid can do this, but my baby can't do this. Your kid up here and my baby down here. Once it ain't giving none of that weird ass shit, come pick your baby up. I said it, your baby. What are you talking about? I would love that extra help. I would love that extra support, because by the end of the day, I don't give a fuck about this nigga. All I want him to come is do his part. Hello, nigga, help me. Okay? But I think a lot of times in a lot of these parenting, these household, it's not even for help. You don't want the help. You want the nigga. You don't want the help, Pooh. You don't want it. Ain't about the help, because if it was about the help, when he sat there and he gave you $500, you would have sat there and you would have put a take it where it's supposed to go. You feel me? When he sat there and he's still showing up every single week, and even though he might not have what you have, he is here. You know what I'm saying? You would have seen that. You get what I'm saying? But it ain't about that. It ain't about that. When you need something, he's there though. You feel me? He gonna call and ask about his child. But you gonna find everything and, oh, this nigga this nigga that, just because y'all not together. Just because he don't want to be with your stinking ass no more. You is not a single parent, baby. Okay? And if you are, bitch, you chose to be a single parent. I said it. God damn it, I said it. I'm about sick of it. Because, yes, do you have some filthy ass, dirty ass, no good ass niggas? You do. But you also have some filthy ass, dirty ass, no good ass baby mamas too. Just want to be, want people to feel sorry for you. And what really gets me is the people that sometimes that be feeling sorry for these females. Y'all know the shit that this bitch doing. Y'all know what she doing. Y'all know why she doing it. Right? But y'all gonna still hop on this goddamn train. That motherfucker, it ain't ending nowhere. It ain't gonna stop nowhere. Y'all just gonna be on that train, just going for no reason. No reason. Nobody got the common sense to say, you know what? Let's just take our feet off the train. Let's just come off the train. The blind leading the fucking blind. And again, the only person that is suffering, most importantly, is your child. Is your child. And then we have the nerve to sit and say, well, I care about my baby. Do you? Listen, if y'all think this conversation was bad, y'all should check out the last one. Y'all should check out the last one. I'm just saying. I am just saying. I've met people that say, well, now I'm a single mama. Your nigga in jail, bitch. You is not a single mama. Stop playing with me. It's really offensive. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. In certain situations, it can be very offensive. It's very offensive. You're not a single mama. Then he left money for the baby. Do more responsibilities get put on you? Absolutely. But if we're going to talk about it, let's talk about it. This was something ahead of time, right? Depending on what the situation is, that you knew this nigga, he's a veteran. You knew this man, not a veteran, but you knew he's he can be deployed at any moment. You know this, okay? So you know that there's a possibility that more shit might have to be added on to you. So what you should have done was plan. But you're not a single mother because you didn't plan, bitch. What are you talking about? What are you saying to me right now? Okay? And yes, because I know people going to say, well, bitch, you know you could have been a single mama by laying down. Absolutely. I do. And that's the reason why I choose to be an intentional mother, right? I'm not all over the place saying, oh, my baby daddy ain't shit. My baby daddy. There was a possibility he could do some real bald head hoe shit. And he did. So with that being said, okay, fine, cool. I cannot force nobody to be in my child's life. And, people say, yes, child support, that's a whole different conversation. Yes, but would that make a person heart posture? You can't put a person in a heart posture that they don't want to be in. If that's not where they want to be, that's not where they want to be. And I don't want nobody around my child that is not intentional on raising them and being around them. Does it make sense? And again, to each its own. Everybody home is different. But what I'm going to fucking say in everybody home is this. Everybody ain't no single mama. Not because the nigga not there means that you're not that means that you're a single mother. If he picked the child up on Fridays, bitch, you ain't no single mama. When you call, he said, I need school clothes. You got the school clothes. You ain't a single mother. Okay, you're in a co-parenting relationship. There's nothing wrong with that. Okay, but because you're not in a intimate because that's a whole different fucking conversation. Because y'all would sit there, some of y'all bash the nigga ain't shit, know he got another bitch, and then still fuck her. And then when he go back to another bitch, oh, bitch, you ain't shit, that's why I don't fuck with you. A lot of y'all create these problems and situations for y'all goddamn stuff, and then the only thing y'all want to do is blame the niggas. I said what I said. Don't come for me. Come for that nigga. Matter of fact, don't come for that nigga. Come for yourself. I said it. Tough. I'm sorry. But what you're not going to do is try to put yourself on the plane where women are waking up every single day, no matter what, doing it anyway, no matter what, intentionally, okay? Barely complaining about it, because what the fuck you gonna complain? It still got to get done, okay? When you got a whole nigga that's been telling you, I can help you out, but you don't want to help because he got another bitch living at the house. I said what I said. I said what I said. And what really, let me tell you, that's why I'm not going to lie to y'all. I haven't watched reality show, like TV in a while. And the more I felt like I got I started to work on my self-work and my, go on my journey, it was certain things I'm like, oh Lord, but you can't judge, and you just kind of, you have to learn how to put yourself, sometime in people's shoes and say, well, maybe this is why that, maybe that's why that, right? But watching the Basketball Wives, Orlando, and watching how, again, on one end of the spectrum, right, where Neek could have been a bitch, Mackenzie could have been a bitch, they all could have been just big bitches, big bully bitches, right? If y'all watch it, then y'all know what I'm talking about. But they chose to do the work, right? And I ain't gonna hold you, but when a bitch in their bag and when a person is confident in their self, it looks different. Certain things ain't gonna bother them. You feel me? They don't have time for that. You know what I'm saying? It's a worth of their time. You feel me? They not waking up with that on their head and on their mind. You know what I mean? And I think a lot of times, not saying that they didn't have their problems or their issues. I think that's the point of it, you know, especially when it comes down to, you know, parenting and leaving relationships, you know, breaking up, you know, from your child's father or your child's mother, where it is that time where it's like, oh, you know, you go through that tough spot, right? But the point of it is getting out of that spot. I feel like a lot of times people forget that part. Y'all just stay in the fucking cycle of, I hate this nigga, I hate this nigga, I hate this bitch, I hate this bitch. Oh, I can't see my child. You know, I ain't letting him see them up. I ain't letting him see that child because bitch, he did so he did that. I told him he needed this for that. It's y'all get wrapped up in that part of it. You get wrapped up in that part of it, right? And realizing, again, can't stop saying it, the more you do this, the more you are literally affecting your child. I don't care how young or how old the child is, okay? They came from you. They came from both of you, okay? So there's things that it's going to naturally attach, and you know what I mean? And I'm a believer, you know, coming from my parents or my situation where I didn't necessarily have my father in my life to now with my daughter as well, where I came to realize that there's just certain things about my kid that she's going to naturally love. I would rather her, okay? And I tell you, we don't know, but when I pray for her dad. And my child has not seen her dad. She's 14. So I think the last time she's seen him was 3. Wasn't 5. I think about 3 years old, okay? 3 years old. So, and I still, and I've learned to do that. And I think honestly in the last like year and a half, 2 years, where I pray for my father, I pray for her father and his entire family. Because like, I feel like what's the point of me staying here? Okay. What's the point of me? What purpose am I serving by teaching my child to hate her father because of certain things that he did, right? To still your dad, you know, you still have, you know, his blood running through you. There's certain things, and I say all the time, you know, and I call it out, you know, and I don't, you know, sometimes I've learned, I think especially, you know, when she first, you know, was getting into that adolescent stage where she didn't want to hear, okay, that reminded me, you know, that's how your daddy used to do it. Because it's like, well, this nigga not here, so I don't care. But when I've learned myself, and I also taught her that we don't have control over what people do. We only can control what we do, right? So if we continuously feed into this negative tree of, you know, your daddy ain't this, your daddy ain't that, we are no better than him. We ain't no better than him. Right? And all that's doing, like, anytime I leave it with this, that's going to stop your blessing. She be like, I ain't stopping my blessing. I love him. I do. It is what it is. And it doesn't mean that if a person comes back, you know, today or tomorrow, you're supposed to say, open arms, come, take me in. No. I love you, but these are things, you know, because of your absence, these are things, and, you know, my coping mechanism, these are things that I had to learn on my own. And with that being said, I'm here now. And if you're not going to show up in a way or in a form that I expect you to, then I would love you from a distance and still pray for you, truly, right? But I think a lot of times I feel like today's parenting skill, today's parents and single parents and just parents in general has this thing where, you know, or they push this feed, this thing where it's like, well, if I'm not with you, your daddy ain't shit or your mama ain't shit. And I don't think y'all realize when you say that and when you do that, at some point the child thinks, okay, well, he had me too. Because his blood in me. So if he ain't shit, that means a part of me ain't shit either. You're not helping when you do shit like that, okay? And I think I kept trying to get back to when I never say it. But what you know, watching the Basketball Wife Orlando and watching, you know, especially the Mackenzie and the Morgan situation, you know, where Mackenzie now is dating, she is dating a guy that has kids, right? And the child mother is also on the show with Mackenzie as well too, and they don't have the best relationship because she feels like this girl came in and ruined her relationship with this man. And I think a lot of times, like I said, we don't let go of shit, right? And then when we do, when we're so mad, when we so mad and we pissed off, we got the target on the person that don't even need to be on, because why are you mad at her? She ain't owe you shit, baby. Okay? This didn't have nothing to do with her. To be quite frank with you, she's here, but this have nothing to do with her. Right? And then how you're dealing with the situation is only going to make it worse. Okay? Like just sitting there and, just watching how, she antagonized that girl. And, she tried to, be nice and have conversations with her. And anybody know, honey, I tell people, honey, a puppy know when to, a puppy know who. How my grandma used to say? No, my grandma used to say, you play with puppies, you play with dogs, you get fleas. Now, this is back in the day, so don't come for us. But that's what my grandma used to say. You play, especially in the islands, honey, you play with dogs, you get fleas, okay? And I think what Mackenzie tried to do, Mackenzie tried her hardest to be, mature, right? And I'm sure, probably even coming from the whole stuff with Neek and her, she felt like, okay, this might be, if we could sit down and we can just talk about it, this can be something that can be fixed over time, or, fixed over time. But when a person is not in a place and so hell-bent on being mad and being pissed off with you because they wanted to be with that person, it ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna work. And I just did not like how, she continuously, antagonized that girl and just say little things, oh, you a home wrecker, oh, you this, and oh, you that. And anytime, conversations come up, you a bitter bitch. Like, respectfully. Disrespectfully. Female, I do not like. That is some bitter shit. It don't matter what the fuck you could be talking about. We could be talking about McDonald's. Oh, I remember that time we met the McDonald's girl, and tell me why I seen Jason and girl, he literally fucking tried to play with me, girl, and now he probably with that bitch at McDonald's with her fucking Ronald McDonald head ass. Like, y'all just be saying stupid shit out your mouth just because you just bitter and you're so mad and you just so upset. One more time, the only person that it affects is your child. Do it affect you? It affects you because you are creating a room and an environment for shit to affect you. Okay, it could be a simple, clear, not simple, but a conversation that could and should be had. Get your problems out there, get your feelings out there, right? Even to the point where, the other party, the girlfriend now, or the person who's dating your child father can say, okay, well, you know what? I can see why she's so hurt, right? I can see and I can understand, and what's that word? Not compromise, but I can be compassionate. What was she saying? Because maybe they was together for so long, or the change is so different, whatever it may be. Now, never to the point where you're gonna fucking keep playing in my face, but to the point where you can understand where the hurt or the resentment comes in, so you can deal maybe with her a little bit differently. You get what I'm saying? But when you're so set on again trying to diminish the other person party, then you don't never even get any fucking where. Okay, today's age and the place that I'm in, if I'm not able to get into a relationship with a man, right, that has a child, and I pray that they have that co-parenting, cool ass relationship, right? Not to the point where you still want to fucking suck on this nigga and he still want to fucking suck on you. You get what I'm saying? Or lick on you, right? But to the point where it's like, okay, look, it didn't work out, you know what I'm saying? But look, we still got to deal with our kids together. You still got good a good character about yourself. You know what I'm saying? We was cool before this. Let's get back to this for our children. You get what I'm saying? And in order for us to do that, to make sure that, you know, we're helping these kids and not, you know, making them come into the world where they feel like, you know, it's either gonna be me or it ain't gonna be me. Because I do feel like when you have these relationships where, you know, only one side of the fence is winning, where, you know what I'm saying, you feel like, especially with the females, where they feel like, oh, well, you're not gonna go to your daddy's house because your daddy this, and I feel like it gives off this impression when the kids get older, where they feel like, well, if it don't work for me, then I'm not gonna fucking do it, right? Or if it is, it's just not gonna be it. You know what I mean? To compare to you being able to have conversations and your child be able to see that two people can coexist in the same environment without having, you know, to be together, right? Without having the same opinions. You get what I'm saying? But when you never get to that point, again, all you are doing is creating a fucked up environment for your child, number one. But you're also you're not helping how he deal with tough time. You're not helping, you know, when he deal with situations that is beyond his control. Do you understand that? I don't think females understand, and again, and males, you know, who have this bitter tendencies to you know, to withhold a child. You know what I mean? Or to, you know what I mean, make shit hard. Okay, what time you gonna be here? You said this time. That is just, I don't think people understand, especially as adults. Like, do we understand how much that affects the children? Because you are in your feelings, and also that affects and stunt your growth process, because you're so hell-bent on getting this motherfucker back. Is it worth it? Is it worth it? So I said that to say, y'all, again, every single parent is not a fucking single parent because they didn't have a choice. I mean, because every single parent is not a single parent because of the child's father or the child's mother. Okay? Seriously. And as women, if you are in a place where you know that, okay, I'm just being a bitch. I'm just being an asshole. I'm just being a prick. You know what I'm saying? I just want something to work on my way. It's my ego. You're not a single parent. And stop using that word, because a lot of single parents don't even like the fact that we're fucking single parents, okay? We got to get it done. That's just what the fuck it is. You understand that? But by the end of the day, especially if it wasn't this big, you know, some type of drastic, something that you did to the point where it's like, okay, I don't know if I can return from that, or our kid can return from that. Most single parent, the door is still the fuck open. like, when you coming? Hello? Now, do the door opens with precaution? Absolutely. Is there more steps? And absolutely. Because now, and especially, you know, depending on how long you haven't been in a child life. For my child, like I said, it's been since she was 3, so 11 years, you know, it takes a different set of relationship to have, right? Because now it's like you have to learn my kid all over again. You get what I'm saying? Well, not all over again. You got to learn her, period, right? She doesn't know you. It's just different, but it's never to a point where the door is closed. You don't need the door is closed. The door is closed. Like, no, baby, the door is open. Come on the fuck in, okay? Like, stop playing with me. So I said all that to say, y'all, every woman, like, again, that says that there's a single fucking mother, you're not a single mother. You're not a single mother, okay? Your ego is in control. And that's the reason why you feel like you're a single mother. Girl, up to the other females, your man is deployed, bitch. Okay? Do you have extra work on you? You do. But you ain't no single mom. Stop playing with me. Okay? Now, if we're going to talk about deployed, if he didn't return, now you're a widow, you're a single mother. My condolences. But other than that, you just got extra stuff on your plate, baby. Okay? Okay. To the mothers that, I don't want him to see my child because she around that bitch. You're not a single fucking mother. I was trying not to say it. I'm gonna say it. You a bitter bitch. I said it. You a bitter bitch. Fight me. You're bitter. That's the problem. Don't come for me. Work on it. That's just it. That's all. I'm gonna go ahead and just end the conversation right here because you know once I started calling people bitches and stuff, it's stuff I need to work on. Hello. Y'all, I felt like, again, like I said, because of earlier, y'all, my watch and stuff like that, my flow was not flowing the way I wanted to. But I hope that that this was, again, fundamental. I hope that this gave gems, gave good seeds so we can give good fruits from it. I know it's a little harsh. It was not intentional. It really wasn't intentional. I just think, especially like, you know, again, when you're having conversations with some of y'all stubborn asses, you got to give it to you real tea, real scoopity doo. And give me your opinions back to the ones that didn't like it, to the ones that felt like I was whatever, however you felt. Leave your comments down below. Y'all already know what to do. Don't forget, like, comment, and subscribe. If you guys are on the pod, man, make sure you guys please follow the pod. Leave some reviews. You know what I'm saying? Tell a sister, cousin, brother. And let's go ahead, y'all, and get into the beat of the week, y'all. What is your beat of the week? What y'all been listening to? Leave some comments. What y'all be listening to? Are you a person that do you like to watch movies, or do you like music more? Let me know. But my beat of the week, y'all, this week would be, and if y'all don't, but y'all don't know because I didn't record it, visuals, I'm sorry. But last week, y'all, like I said, the Hip Hop BET Award was a while ago now, but I was watching the you know, of course, the Hip Hop Awards, and it was all like old school, you know what I'm saying? All the T.I., all the LL Cool J, Jeezy, Lil Wayne. Was Lil Wayne out there? I think Lil Wayne was out there. If he wasn't, he should have been. I think Lil Wayne was out there. Was he? I think it was. Shit. But it was a lot of them. So it really had me back in my old school rapping days, my rapping bag, you know what I'm saying? So I was listening to all of, like, I've been on the old school jams for a minute. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking like, I choose you, baby. All of Phil Mob, of course, Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne is like my favorite. He is the best, hands down rapper, period. Like, who the fuck, you know, hit the metaphors like him? Stop playing with me. Biggie had the shit too, but them metaphors, bro, stop playing. Like, that man could say one thing and he could be talking about 15 different things. What? But yeah, of course, Lil Wayne, I was listening to a lot of people. Shawty Low, what's his name? Jermaine Dupri, the whole So Def Squad. Yes, boy, we was lit back in the days. What are you talking about? Anyway, y'all, my beat of the week, y'all, is from Shawty Low in the VA. I'm in there cool with Inside. Hop up out that pretty motherfucker like, hello, hello, hello. Ladies, how you doing? That nigga crazy, girl. Don't say nothing to him. They know. Got one. Low to his what? Hello. I gives a fuck about them haters. Young Jizzle been getting paper. What's Luda part? You know what? Let's just do the whole shit. Because, you know, one thing about it, this ain't for sure. R.I.P. Shawty Low. Yeah, that boy was... He was that boy, man. I'm not even playing. That's the kilo. I'm a boss. Handle my B.I. And I got the same kind of guns like T.I. C.I. Been that way since knee-high. Real dope boy, so you know I travel this eye. No Lizzie. His eye. Like Kels, I believe I can fliz. Yeah, I see you later. Big up to all my haters. Grab your woman, dog. I about take her. The screen from College Park to Decatur. I was a snotty nose. Now my crib sitting on 22 acres. Get it right, fool. I get money. And if you think noodles not filthy, you's a dummy. So I took the top off like a Playboy bunny. Y'all, let me act right. Let me tell y'all, baby, I was in the who. That's that song is also like you from, if you know that song, you from the generation of like bricks, all white bricks, like 10 bricks, just hit a lick with 50 more bricks, bought in like a bitch with all these bricks, 36 zips, that's a whole chick, want a bad bitch, gotta have zips. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I make hits, but I still take. So, baby, you was on it. All right, y'all. Okay, I got a little too excited. I love me the old school raps. I'm sorry. Okay, that's when you knew niggas was outside for real. They ain't just saying they outside. Them niggas was outside. They was only telling you what the fuck, what the fuck they didn't. You know what I'm saying? Nowadays, it's different, but I'm gonna mind my business. Let's go ahead, y'all, and just end this here, okay? Let's go ahead and get into the, what are you thinking about and what are you done thinking about segment, all right? So what am I thinking about? What am I thinking about? I'm thinking about my watch, y'all. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I'm thinking about me going and get my shit back. Rooster, I ain't even gonna lie to y'all. I'm thinking about the minute I get up here, I'm gonna order my shit. I'll find my shit. I've been trying to find it, y'all, the exact one, and I cannot. So I think I need to just sit down. You know, I'm rushing as well too. So I just need to sit down, regroup. I can get my watch back. And then what I'm thinking about is stop putting this on in places that it's not warranted. You do not need to have that on your hands. Okay? Okay? That's what I'm thinking about. So, what am I done thinking about? What am I done thinking about, y'all? What am I done thinking about? What am I done thinking about? I am done trying to use my understanding. I don't know if I said this before or this was like one of my, if this was one of my, done thinking about, like this part of, I think I said this before. If not, I'm gonna say it again, but I think I am done using my understanding and leaning on my understanding instead of leaning on God's understanding, on my own understanding instead of leaning on God's understanding. I'm done when situation is not happening the way I expect it to, and then I'm just summing it up as, a failure, instead of me asking myself, is this what God wanted me to do? I am done trying to be in control. I think that's also something that I do suffer with, or it's not suffer with, but it's like hard for me to do, like to not be in control, because like I said, I am a single mother, and everything I feel like, besides God, she got to figure out. She got to make sure that clothes is washed for school, to have just clothes, period. Food is cooked, the house is clean, the rent is due, the car note is paid, the job is jobbing. You know what I'm saying? The hair is done, the water is on. You know what I'm saying? Everything I feel like, and then of course, on top of me having this entrepreneurship spirit, and just, everything when it comes down to the lights and entertainment. It's something I've always did, and I loved it. And it doesn't, the thing is, it doesn't discourage me. It's just, sometimes I feel like it's so much on my plate, then it's just certain things doesn't work out the way it's supposed to, because I feel like everything is on my plate. So it's so hard, I feel like, for me to remove myself out of the driving seat. And I know when I'm in the driving seat, Sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. But I know when I put God in the driving seat, it always works out. It always works out. The hard part about that is because, I live in a human form, and I'm living in human experience. My faith sometimes, my faith is not as strong, I feel like, as I would want it to be, to the point where when it's times and things that I do not have control over, stop trying to control the narrative and just give it to God. If that makes sense. I don't know if that makes sense. I think for the most part, I'm able to, when things is just, okay, give it to God. Then when I start to see things not looking the way I expected to, or I wanted to, or I feel like, okay, the door is closing, then I try to come in and stop it from closing, but it will still wind up closing. Or, if it doesn't close, something happens in that where I knew that if I had just take that step back and just give it to God, I could avoid this one step right here. Am I making sense? Yeah? No? So that's what I am done thinking about. I am done. God always had, he always had my back. He always had a plan. He always made it work. Why would he not make it work now? It don't make sense. Why wouldn't he make it work now? And I have to know that and believe that no matter what, okay? So that's what I am done thinking about. What are you thinking about? What are you done thinking about? You tell me, okay? You already know now the change up is going to be the video. Y'all, the YouTube gonna get this first. Y'all gonna get this first, okay? So with that being said, you guys, have an amazing Friday, okay? A beautiful, blessed, hydrated, nourished Friday, okay? And then Saturday, turn up. You know what I'm saying? However you want to turn up. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter to me. But enjoy yourself. Take time out for yourself, okay? Hug yourself. I know it sounds crazy, girl. You need a hug too. You can hug yourself. Who better to hug you than you? Oh, okay. Right. And then, like I said, Sunday. Well, you already know. If y'all don't know, honey, she's gonna be in church Sunday, okay? Like my grandma say, once the Lord is God spares my life, God's willing, I'm gonna be in church Sunday. But whatever you do on Sunday, make sure it is refreshed. Make sure it's a restart. I hope that you are a believer in God. So if you are, give your time to Him. However that looks like. I personally, y'all, I don't go into an actual brick and mortars, I guess, or brick church, I guess you can say. I do attend online. I am a part of the Potter's House members. I am a member of the Potter's House. The Potter's House is TD Jakes church. So however you want to get it, y'all just take that time to give to God. Okay, whether it's you reading a scripture, whatever that may be, y'all, use Sunday for y'all reset. Use Sunday to give back, whatever it may be, even if it's just the first time y'all praying in a long time. Okay, and watch what God do. I know it. I feel it. He's done it in my life. And I know that he'll do it in yours. We are all his children, all right? I love you guys so much. Don't you forget, honey, to tell a sister, cousin, brother, uncle, auntie, niece, great daddy, okay? Because the granddaddy's looking good nowadays. I ain't gonna mess with y'all, granddaddy, though. I don't have time for that. This is the thing about a podcast with your girl, Niecy. See you next week. We out.